This article comes from September 13th, the 1969 Black Panther newspaper. It's called Fascism in the Land of the Tree and the Home of the Slave. If it wasn't for Huey, Bobby, Eldridge, David, and all the other Black Panther Party members, there would be no organization in fascist, hypocritical America serving the people. The free breakfast program, implemented by Huey, Bobby, Eldridge, and David, has now spread, as have all the many other programs, across fascist America. By their deeds, our leaders have clearly demonstrated to all the people that they are dedicated and are firmly committed to serving the people. They have not asked for recognition, nor do they seek wealth or personal power. Huey, Bobby, Eldridge, and David have laid their lives on the line along with the Black Panther Party's rank and file. The work and programs initiated by the community leaders, the free breakfast for school children, free health clinics, liberation schools, and free clothing, have brought the full weight of repression of this fascist bourgeois dictatorship down upon the People's Party, Black Panther Party in general, and upon the Black Panther Party leadership in particular. This criminal fascist government, which pays with taxes stolen from the workers, avaricious farmers not to grow crops, and avaricious ranchers to destroy livestock while the people go hungry or are forced to rely on meat substitutes, dehydrated milk, and other dairy substitutes that do not provide nutrients necessary for our children to develop strong, healthy minds and bodies, dares to label the BPP and our leadership as criminal and undesirables, which must be destroyed by any means available. This genocidal and arch-criminal government, which is guilty of misappropriating billions yearly, is squandering the lives and resources of the people at home and is perpetuating heinous crimes against people all over the globe. This fascist dictatorship is headed by one of the worst demagogic megalomaniacs in history, Tricky Dick Nixon. Demagogic congressmen, governors, mayors with their pig armies of repression serve not the people, but instead serve the interests of fat, avaricious dairymen who destroy millions of gallons of milk yearly in order to keep dairy products out of the mouths of the poor. The welfare of the huge chain markets, which overcharge as well as sell contaminated foods in our communities, foods that they would never contemplate passing off to the ruling fascists. Banks, corporations, government agencies, and other gigantic trusts blatantly rob the people through exorbitant rates for services, goods, and by underpaying the workers. The corporations and government agencies, through unsafe working conditions, faulty equipment, etc., cause untold suffering and death to thousands of workers. All the aforementioned, including the fascist military, which is presently mired down in people's wars of national liberation, and sissy J. Edgar Hoover and all his fascist punk pig cops, are in collusion against the people and the BPP with the complete sanction of Pig Nixon. Their schemes and actions are directed towards wiping out, violently suppressing not only the leadership and members of the BPP, not just those who would dare to struggle to return all power to the people, but also the fascists are attempting to eradicate completely the socialist programs initiated by the BPP. Fascism is seeking to destroy the will of the people as manifested in the leadership of the BPP. The only measure the fascists could adopt when on the verge of extinction after having been driven to the wall by the demands of the people and the party was undisguised fascist tactic of kidnapping the people's chairman, Bobby Seale. They have exposed themselves to the people as being filthy, degenerate, fascist pigs. The covers were finally taken off. The people have always been aware that the courts from federal on down to the municipal level were just not the places to receive justice. Unless one checked out the court system, you could not be sure of what is happening. Fascist justice is manifested in being held for 72 hours on suspicion of having ransoms and exorbitant fines imposed, of being put on years of probation, of being incarcerated to the maximum for every violation of the law, or for seeking redress in court against a negligent, avaricious landlord, businessman, and or the government, and having the case thrown out. The papers are full of cases where the demagogic DAs, coupled with fascist judges and juries, are sending or attempting to send our brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, and children to life in prison or to extermination centers to be gassed, electrocuted, hanged, or shot. On the other hand, the fascist courts uphold the law and order of finance capital. When corporations need strike breakers, the courts rule in their favor, and the fascist pig cops move on the workers, brutalizing and terrorizing them. The fascist pigs harass, intimidate, torture, and kill minority people and the exploited white working class because the Fascist courts have given the fascist pig cops a license to kill, to murder in cold blood. The pigs know that murder of 14 and 15-year-old youths will be simply classified as justifiable homicide. The BPP's primary objective is to make the people fully aware that the government, from demagogic megalomaniacs, fascist Nixon and Hoover, to the local lackeys Mickey Mouse, Reagan, and mafioso Aliato, who, I don't know if I said that right, who are the criminals. They are responsible for all the evils that exist: polluted air and water, the war, exorbitant taxes and rents, unsafe housing and cars, red devils mixed with strychnine being sold on school grounds. I'm gonna have to look that up. And the harassment, kidnapping, imprisonment, and murder of the people, and attempts to exterminate the BPP leadership. These are just a few examples of the criminal activities these fascists are guilty of. The BPP stands before the people with our 10-point platform and program to show where we are determined to go. We know and understand protracted struggle, and we see through the fascist futile attempts to destroy the BPP and the beautiful socialist programs which the people have taken as their own. The people and the BPP are determined to make sure all fascists are swept into their graves. The people and the party shall see it that the people's chairman, Bobby Seale, will not be railroaded through the fascist court system and into the oppressor's prison. We want freedom for all black men and women held in federal, state, county, and city prisons and jails. All power to the people. Free Huey, free Bobby, free Landon and Rory, free all political prisoners. Randy.